So is this for reals?
Sort of. Hold on. So you should be on this side, and I'll be this side here. So,
Okay. I just don't know if I should take this off. So I have my BarSculpt.
you're fine. It's cold in here.
Yeah.
All right. So you're starting with the BarSculpt Scooter exercise for seat work. So we have Jamie here ready to do scooter facing forward. One hand's on the bar. It's slightly forward of her hip. And her outside leg is going to come behind her, and she's going to bend both knees. Now before she even lifts the back leg, she's going to pull her abdominals in towards her hips and drop her tail to the ground to find neutral pelvis. Keeping that connection, she's going to pull with her right hand away from the bar a little bit so that she's not sinking into her right leg. Now the left heel is going to come and kick her buns for a little bit of a kick butt, trying to keep her working knee behind her supporting knee the entire time. Then keeping the heel as high as she can maintain it, keeping the abdominals in and zipped up, she's going to push the thigh back, back. And while she pushes the thigh back, support of the pelvis is going to be maintained by engaging the glutes. So she's going to feel the seat work. The movement is really, really small. You're not going to get a lot of movement here, but you're really going to feel the seat engage. Now keeping the thigh pushing back, we're going to move the leg out to the side and under. Now this is a small motion. She could make it bigger, but she'd lose form. She wants to keep both hips same distance from the wall in front of her and the same distance from the floor, so she's not sinking into one hip or the other too much. Keeping the leg out to the side, keeping the pelvis dropped down, she's going to push the thigh back, back, back. Really nice, keeping the support. Now she's starting to tilt a little towards the bar, so this is when she's going to really start to lean with her hand on the bar towards the inside of the room and dropping the pelvis down. Good. Now keeping the hips steady, she's going to drop this down even more, turn slightly forward and then pull the rib cage in as well. Now keeping the knee out to the side and the ankle in high and tight, she's going to push the knee only out like a hacky sack motion, pushing out, out, moving the thigh, femur in the hip joint. 3 more, 2. Now keep the knee, or keep the focus on the hip going in. So the knee and the hip are going to rotate in, the ankle presses out. Out. Good. Really nice. And again, we're going to start leaning into the supporting leg. So the more you can use your abs, center your body, and lean to the working side, the more balance you'll create in the exercise. Now we'll alternate from the knee and ankle, so out and in, out and in. And this isn't a race, you can do this nice and slow, keeping the focus on the femur moving in the hip, not what the leg and knee are doing. 3, 2, and 1. Hold here, push the thigh back, lift it out to the side, push back, lift out, push back, lift out for 5, 4, nice, 3, 2, and release down. Shaking that off, and we'll turn around. She'll turn around, she'll show you the same thing from the other side. So again, the hand that's on the bar is slightly in front, the working leg circles behind. She bends both knees, pulls the ribs towards the hips, lengthening the tailbone down to the floor, and kicks her seat. Trying to focus on, yes, that may engage the hamstring quite a bit, and if you need to relax the hamstring, just relax the foot and give it a little shake. Sometimes that releases the tension in the hamstring only. Now keeping the heel as high as she can keep it, she'll push the thigh back. Back, back. Good, and you'll see probably better from this angle that it's more the glute that's working. The knee is moving back just ever so slightly. It's not a big motion. You can easily tell when it becomes too wild, when it ends up being the running man. Now keep the thigh back and move it out to the side and under. Now moving out to the side, the whole shape moves. So again, you can see better from the back that the ankle is also moving as she moves the leg out to the side. 4, 3, 2, now hold the leg out to the side and you can push back here. And again, engaging the glute, but you'll see it a little higher than it was before when you were in parallel. 4, 3, 2, now move the knee out like a hacky sack, pushing out. And still leaning, pulling towards the inside of the room. Yeah, really good. Balance. Her balance from her hips and her ribs is really good. Now push the ankle out, rotating the femur in the hip forward. The knee bone gently drops down almost. Yes. And always keeping the working leg behind the standing leg. 3 more. 2, And let's alternate knee and ankle, keeping the abdominals tight, the chest staying open. 4, 3, 2, bring the leg back and push out and push back. Lift out and push back. Lift up, push back. 5 more. 4, keeping the abs tight, leaning away from the bar. 2, and 1, and release down. So we'll give a stretch after that so she can, holding the bar but not really pulling on the bar. She can cross her right ankle over her left thigh and sit down into a standing figure 4. You want to put weight in the working hip, so you actually want to start to drop your weight into the right side. And then standing up and to do the other side as well. And Jamie and I are going to switch places, and we're going to do this kneeling. So on your knees.
All right, so Leslie's gonna take a grip, either overhand or underhand, whichever feels more comfortable for her, that she can really get a good pull on the bar. She's gonna take her left leg and just hover it slightly over the mat. So she's still focusing on keeping the hips lifted and not leaning too much into her right side. So now she can lean into her left hand a little bit more, pull away from the bar with the right hand, and kick the heel up towards her buns. Kicking up, up, up. So with this, she's going to try to keep her foot relaxed so she doesn't start to cramp. So she's not really flexing through the foot. She's staying relaxed and trying to keep her left knee slightly behind her right knee. She's tucking the tailbone to point it right down to the floor and pulling her abs in, belly button lifted up towards the heart. Now you can bring the leg out to the side slightly and then pull back underneath. Press out and pull under. And really nice, and she's doing a great job not fanning her hip open as she brings the leg out and in. 3 more. 2. Now she's going to keep the leg out to the side. She's going to flex the foot and press the whole thigh back, back, back. Good. And she's still maintaining her tailbone pushing down towards the floor. Her belly button is pulling right to her spine. Her shoulders are level. Her hips are level. Good. Now you can do the hacky sack move where you're just lifting the knee and then pulling it under. Lift and pull. And again, this motion is happening from her femur. She's rotating in the hip for 3, 2. Good, now just the heel is going to lift, the knee is going to turn in towards the midline of the body. Good, and you can see her lifting her left glute every time that she's doing this motion, so she's still really working in the glute. 3, 2. Now she's going to alternate lifting the knee and then the ankle, knee, ankle. Now at this point she's starting to get a little bit tired, so she's leaning more into her right side. So you want to make sure that we're getting her to lean back to the left so her hips are level. Good, now you can hold the leg back, lift the leg up and press back. Up and back, up and back. For 4, 3, 2. Good, last one, hold. And then come on down, switch sides. So she's going to reposition her knees. Again, turn the tailbone to the floor, abs pull in, ribs pull back, hovering the right leg. She's going to try to kick her glute. And her knee is really just hovering over the mat. And some people, she may even be brushing a little bit with the leg. So it's not a big lift that's going to cause her hip to hike. And now you can hold up, bring it out to the side, and then pull back in. Out to the side and in. And we're watching for the hip to rib connection to stay the same on both sides. So she's really working from the glutes and not squeezing and hiking her right hip as she does this motion. Now you can hold it out to the side, flex the foot, and press back, back, back. She's also doing a really good job not thrusting her hips forward as she's pressing back with the leg. She's really maintaining her pelvis and just moving from the glute. 3, 2. Now just the knee is going to lift and then pull under and lift. Pull. Good. 4, 3, 2. Now just the heel is going to lift up, pulling the knee in. Getting a little bit of a medial rotation in the leg. Good. And this one's a little bit harder for her not to twist her right hip forward. So we want to make sure that that stays level, nice. Good. Now you're going to press the leg up and back. Up and back. Just remembering to keep the ribs pulling in for 4, 3, 2. Last one. Hold. And then come on down.
Ooh. Stretch too. So that is the same exercise in 2 different variations. So you can face in both kneeling or standing. So you can face in for scooter as Jamie demonstrated earlier, or face the side. That's it. Let's hope that it came out.
I know, right?